Hello and welcome to Off the Mountain. Well, this is the video that kind of started it all. We're back in my mom's escape. And thank you again to the 127 subscribers out there that continue to watch these videos. So today we're going to answer some of the other questions that have been coming up, some of the not so nice comments. I've removed most of them because they're pretty rude. However, I hear you. I understand. You're afraid to take this thing apart. Here it is as it sits. By the way, it still works. It still works, but for you, we're going to take it apart. So I have here a very, very tiny T20. We're going to take out this screw right there. We're going to take out the one that's right underneath there, surprise. And then there's another one around the back that we'll go to here in just a moment. But without further ado, we're going to take this thing back apart and I'm going to show you everything step by step. Now I know I mentioned it in the comments and I know I mentioned it in the video, but these are indeed T20s. 2 zeros. And there's 3 of them. There's one in the front, one on the side, and you'll have to go around back for the third. Now what I like to do is I like to keep these kind of off to the side there. You'll see that we have some WeatherTech floor mats, may I humbly suggest. And when I pop this guy off, he's a little loose in there, but if you get your finger back in there, give him a little wiggle wiggle, there he is, he's out. All right, so now for this thing, how do you get this, how does this come off? So literally, you just get behind here, and what I had to do is I'm pushing down on the seat just to kind of raise it up a little bit, move that piece back, drop him down. See, I've got a little bit of daylight there. So now I can just take this screwdriver, and there is, here, let me turn on this light. See that little tiny tab down there? I don't know if I can show that on camera or not. It's a pretty tight little spot. But what you can do is that you can just kind of pull him out just a tiny little bit. And it comes right out. Okay, now for this guy. It's not that hard. Again, take a screwdriver, kind of pop him in here, and you want to be gentle. You know, you don't want to like, you know, you don't want to do that. Just kind of get it started, and then look, just pops right off. Give it a little pull. There's your switch. So now, and again, we're putting all of our stuff in one place. So now this piece just comes right out. So now this piece back here is now holding on via that plug. So I'm going to try to do this one-handed. We'll see if this actually works. I'll try this with the other hand. So just get in there. There's that clip at the very bottom there. See my finger, thumb kind of pushing on that. Just pull that. Come on, come out of there. You know you want to. There it goes. Okay. So now, this little guy is now out. So, now what? So you're going to take your screwdriver. I'm going to turn this light off because it's not necessary right now. All right. So now, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to show you start to finish. We've got the piece out. It's now here in front of us. Okay. So again, this bit here is the part that you'll have problems with. And if you listen, that's how you know it's working. So again, for those of you who are too lazy to do it and try it yourself, here's how all of this works. So we're going to pry that little piece out. We're going to pry this little piece out. And we're just going to try to get him to start to walk itself out. So see how those clips are letting go? There it is. So that side's out. So we're gonna take this other side here, gonna do the same thing. Give him a little bit. Give him a little bit. There it goes. And you want to kind of be gentle with this, like you don't want to like rip on it. Again, I don't like things that are plastic to break. And there's the switch. So now, here comes the fun part. So we're gonna take this little guy, and here's what we do. We're gonna pry on him. We're gonna pry on him. So see how those clips are coming up already? Look at that. Now you wanna be really careful, because underneath here is where all the money is. So we talked about this on the last video, right? These switches, move up and down, go up and down. You want to check them for, corrosion and other garbage you may have spilled down there. That's fine. Move that to the side. So now this guy is what everybody's been crying and whining about. Now I don't mean everybody, but a lot of the comments, again, that have been rude. By the way, thanks for not being on my channel. Yes, I banned those people because they were way past okay. However, for the rest of you, so what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna turn on this light because I want you to see this in its gory details. So there's a clip, 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 clip. You look on the outside, you see them, 3 on each side, 3 on each side. Cool, okay. Now, in here is that ball bearing, deep inside here. It is being pressed down by a spring that's in this piece. That spring holds this button up, which in effect holds this in place appropriately. So this sits on top. So, okay, cool. Got it, check. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. We're gonna pop this guy out just a little bit. Got 1, got 2, got 3. So you can see all 3 clips are now out of there. This side, not yet. So we're gonna be very, very careful, because this thing will shoot out at you. So I'm gonna be very, very careful, because I don't wanna ruin my mom's car any more than I've done already. No, I haven't. I actually haven't. I got a smaller screwdriver, and it's working. Okay, so I'm about to pop these out. So see how all of those are out and all of these are out. Now you want to like put your hand over this, okay? Because if you send me nasty messages saying, oh, I messed up my twit, guess what? I'm not going to care. So push these in like that, and then it just pops right out. Now right now, this thing is all nice and loose. See all the pieces that are falling out? So now let's take this out. Those are the ball bearings, okay? Those are the ball bearings that I have been speaking of. And now this is the only one here in the middle that you care about. So we're gonna leave these over to the side, nice and easy like. We're gonna take this metal, or a plastic piece, the piece we just extracted. Now in here, you're going to pop that little guy out. So you ready? Again, put your thumb on it, because you're gonna pop this thing out and bad things are gonna happen. So that piece comes right out of there, and there's the spring. So I'm gonna drop this down in there and pray to God I don't lose it. So now, here's the spring that I stretched out. Now if you look closely at this, you can tell there's, I hope this picks up decent, but there's like a little bit in the middle that's sort of the same, and then the ends. All I did was this. Stretched it out just a little bit. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Now, keep your button in there. Don't let that fly out. So what I did is I put this guy back in there, just like that. And then we take this little ball bearing that I can barely get, and it barely shows up on camera, I apologize. And I kind of push that back into there, kind of snaps back in. And then take this little guy, put him back in there. I left a little grease in there. I don't know if you can really see that all that well. Hopefully that'll pick up, but there's a little grease on the edges there. Now you just take this little guy. I also looked at him, see there's a little bit of grease. Take him, Just making sure. It's going to be really upset. So then you take this little guy, push it all back in, and the nice thing is that you can look all the way around the edges and tell if you have put it back in correctly. It'll just snap right in. So now, cool. Take this little guy, and it only goes on one way, by the way. So it's not like, oh, see, like, look, I just tried to put it on the wrong way. That doesn't work. So this back plate here, in this case, it says forward. This little guy goes on here. Got it. Great, cool. And then listen. Just checking all of them. They all make noise. And now it's just reassembly. So we're gonna take this little guy. We're gonna put him, let me get this off the ground so I don't scrape the hell out of it. Snap it all back into place. That just pops right back in, sort of. That one doesn't want to go. Erg. Did I put it upside down? No, it's all good. All right, so now this is gonna go back in, and we're gonna plug all that back together and see what we did. Oh, hey, pro tip, plug it back in. Sweet. So, just got attacked by a bug. Welcome to Georgia. So that is gonna go right about there. I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy right. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of pilot this guy in because I don't trust it. And besides, this one's the hard one. All the other ones are pretty easy. So now we're just gonna very loosely, well, not loosely, but there it goes. I don't like to put a whole lot of force on that until I'm done. We take this guy, he just literally like, I gotta pull this up. It's gonna be hard to do with one hand, but we've done it before, so we're gonna do it. There we go. Cool. And now we just put the little button on, just like this. Sweet. All done. Well, gotta put those 2 last bolts in, but I think you know the drill. So thank you again for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that crap. And if you're gonna leave a rude comment, probably don't belong here. Now that being said, what tools did I use? Nothing fancy. We used a couple old screwdrivers, a sharper one to get into the smaller bits around there, and we used a very simple roto bit. These are cheap, but you can still just use a basic T20. That will get you those 3 bolts out, and the rest of it's just labor. So thank you again for watching. I hope you found this more useful than the last one. Maybe. Anyway, we'll see you again next time.